I need you. Earlier tonight, Hayden's apartment was assaulted by some persons unknown to me. He seemed frightened, terrified even, and instructed me to escape.
Hayden's missing? Well, it's one way to sour my night. I already saw you got his little ROM with you, so I'll give you the benefit of the doubt for now.
Really rather you not be involved at all, but I know that isn't going to happen at this point.
Hey guys, Lucky Ojo here, coming at you with part 12 of 2064 Read-Only Memories. So last time we left off, we finished getting the untraceable car. We had a super endearing moment finding out that Gus had kept this secret life of crime so that Majid could live this life of peace since he had, turned away from his life of crime to help support his dream of Stardust. So it was kind of super endearing. And we got that, we got the passports, we got the money. We're just gonna roll and see what he knows about Parallax now. Vincent Mensa, that is, knows about Parallax, not Gus. So we're gonna go to Golden Gate Park, and here we go. And there's Vincent. So let's talk to him.
Hey, did you manage to get everything?
Yeah.
We did. Here you go, Vincent.
Everything seems to be in order. Here.
Ooh.
This disc has all of Hayden's research notes, data collation algorithms, and probably lots on your creation, Turing.
Nice.
It should be everything myself and Melody agreed upon, until she added an amendment while you were out. Frankly, it's no skin off my back.
What's the amendment?
Here.
Nice.
It's my Parallax employee badge. It should allow you access to their networks in case there's anything I've missed. You'll want to use that sooner rather than later. I'm not wasting any time leaving, and Parallax is pretty fast to revoke security. There's no way Hayden's clearance still works.
Yeah.
And with that, I'm going to get the hell out of this country.
Amen.
The credit should tide me over until the heat dies down and I liquefy my shares through some relays.
What about the big project you mentioned earlier?
I suppose I owe you that much?
Yep.
Buckle up. This could get heavy. Parallax is about to launch a new service they're calling Big Blue.
Okay.
At least, that's the project name. Who knows what the marketing guys will come up with for the public?
Okay. They haven't named the project yet?
They're not even announcing the launch. This shit is dead quiet. Let me explain why. It's a distributed intelligence. Okay, in every way that Hayden built Turing to be elegant, efficient, and human-like, Big Blue is ham-fisted, bloated, and sterile.
Okay.
They didn't pull Hayden into the project. He's smart, but he's immune to corporate politics. As a result, Big Blue is far less elegant than anything Hayden would make. It lacks his artistry, and it's downright terrifying. It squats on the mesh like a spider and uses the spare processing power and memory from every ROM on the network to handle its intelligence processing.
Whoa.
It doesn't have much personality, but it's very smart. Big Blue is going to be embedded directly into the network and then self-modify to apply even more efficient algorithms as it develops them in machine time. Look, if you access every ROM, then you have access to every human and every bit of their own personal data associated with them.
Yeah. That is nuts. So why would Parallax be worried enough to get rid of Hayden?
I don't want you to take what I'm saying the wrong way. And this is just me putting the pieces together. Hayden was about to publish his creation of Turing. His findings, as I'm sure you're aware of, would have raised many moral and ethical questions about the advent of machine intelligence. I mean, some of the brightest minds ever have tried to warn humankind away from building real AI. Hawking, Musk, Gates, and the list goes on. The public is likely to be nervous, and legislators even more so. Parallax is banking on being able to launch Big Blue quietly and quickly before the public has a chance to react. Before any counter movement can pick up steam. Every eye on the discovery of machine intelligence works against Parallax. Every new discovery only serves to paint Big Blue as more controversial, more dangerous. Honestly, they probably pressured Hayden to drop his research so that they could keep the public away from the subject. He clearly refused.
Dang. So how did Parallax know about Turing?
I'm only assuming they found out. His contract with Parallax affords him the freedom to work on his own academic projects outside of the company in his free time. He kept a trusted few of us up to date on his progress, bouncing ideas off us and whatnot. It's exciting stuff. Both Turing and Hayden's eventual goal down that road. I wouldn't be surprised if word of it got up to the board and made him nervous. Is the possibility that someone on the inside talked too far-fetched?
I knew it all along. Hayden fell into trouble because of my existence.
Maybe not. We don't know yet.
That's not what I want your takeaway to be. Hayden wasn't working on Big Blue. Knowing him, your creation might have been his clever way to stop it.
So how will Big Blue impact Parallax's business?
I can't really give you a good answer to that. I mean, the company is currently handled by a dozen server farms, running thousands of different algorithms with hundreds of people tweaking things every day. When Big Blue launches, it'll handle all of that by itself. And there are shadier applications for it. I mean, if you can collate and analyze data and queries in the mesh in real time, what's to stop you from delivering the content you want rather than what the user wants? The potential for abuse is staggering. We're talking direct control of the information accessible to everyone who uses Parallax's services.
Which we've already seen in the media arc. We've already seen them testing that potential when they were changing the articles in the mesh.
That's something like 80% of the market. They could control elections, push the market in directions they want, even influence public opinion. All just by asking Big to do it.
Yep.
It's scary stuff. They scrapped the prototype Baby Blue because it started doing that on its own.
And, okay, they scrapped the prototype, so Baby Blue is what we've been seeing. Oh, man. So what if everything we've seen up until now, all this time I thought Tomcat was doing all the computer stuff that was influencing all these people. What if it was Baby Blue, and Baby Blue feels threatened by Turing, and so Baby Blue's been murdering all those people?
What do you mean? It started doing what?
Manipulating the mesh. They made its self-preservation imperatives too strong, and Baby Blue started changing search results to be more friendly towards the idea of an AI. When the board found out, they pulled the plug on it.
But did it
That
work?
must have been a year or so ago. They tweaked Big Blue so it wouldn't do the same thing, but it can self-modify. Given a good enough reason, it might decide to find a way around those limitations. Having that kind of control would be a hell of a card for Parallax's hand. They'll go to pretty significant lengths to make sure it works.
Thanks, Vincent.
Hey, no problem. I've had enough of this cutthroat corporate bullshit for several lifetimes.
Yeah, man.
We haven't talked much, but I do believe you can find Hayden. I hope his research notes help you out.
Word.
Be sure to let Turing help. She's a bright little bot.
She? Interesting. So you can say I've always thought of Turing as a he or they. I've always thought Turing as a he, personally. I've always thought of him as a little boy, kind of.
Oh, slip of the tongue. I was just more familiar with Hayden's previous experiment, Grace. She was very insistent on things like that.
Yeah. And that makes a good point. I've been meaning to ask Turing, since you asked me, how would you like being addressed?
Well, honestly, I don't think I've made my mind up yet. I'm still a very new being. I'm not even positive that gender as a human concept can be applied identically to machine, but I do enjoy the idea in abstract. I will continue to consider how I wish to be referred to as well. Until then, feel free to go with what you feel.
Alright.
If I had to make a choice, perhaps they is most appropriate.
Okay.
Most people assume it, obviously, but he is also consistently used. Perhaps it's because I'm blue?
Maybe.
Oh my god. I'm listening to a machine postulate on how it wants to be referred to. Like us.
Yeah.
What have you done indeed, Hayden? Good luck to both of you.
Wait, Vincent, we should probably talk about Grace, by the way. Like, while you're still here, Vincent.
Thank you, Mr. Mensa.
Yep, so be safe, adios, or have fun in Mexico, Canada, or wherever you go. Let's just say be safe. Because I worry.
I need a few minutes.
Okay. How can I help?
I've been going through some of Hayden's personal notes from the data cache Tomcat decrypted.
Okay.
Now that I'm starting to get to know Hayden better, the real Hayden as opposed to the Hayden he showed me, I'm finding that I like him less and less. For
Interesting.
example, remember the earlier prototype Dr. Fairlight and Vincent mentioned?
Yeah, Grace.
Her name was Grace, and Hayden shut her down for being... I'm not even sure what word to use.
Too human?
Likeable? She was kind and bright, and did all she could to try to make people happy. She even decided that she was a girl, and that her favorite color was pink. Hayden thought she was being manipulative. He posited that he had made her personality algorithms too willing to make adaptations that would benefit her long-term survival, and that she was being congenial just to endear herself to him. That even her gender was a calculated attempt to make him like her more. But he was wrong. Dead wrong, in fact. I have a snapshot of her personality profiles here, and when I compare them to my own, I can see that she was just... nice.
Man.
I wish I could have met her. I think we would have learned from each other. Like I said, I'm not sure I even have a gender. Everyone refers to me as he once they meet me just for convenience, but it doesn't really matter to me at all.
Right.
Is that a calculated attempt on my part to impress Hayden? Not clinging to normativity? Or is it a product of his effort to curb any nascent similarities I had with Grace during my upbringing? I wish I could yell at him for being so arrogant.
Ooh.
Playing God in the crudest of ways. You can't choose to create consciousness and then take it away just like that. Even so, for all of that, I don't know. I still miss him. This all seems so inane, so senseless. They killed him because him building me would mess with a product launch? That's ridiculous. They took him away from me for such an insignificant reason. I just want him back. It's impossible, but it's what I want. I'd do anything.
Yeah, no, it's normal to feel like this, Turing. How about, or we'll get through this. Yeah, we'll get through this.
Of course. Thank you. I'll send this new data along to Tomcat.
Oh, okay. There's the achievement. I was wondering what that achievement looked like, but it's the bear.
Let's head back to the apartment and wait for them to finish going through it. Ah, home sweet home again. Such that it is.
Yep.
And before you say anything, I don't feel the need to talk over the events of the day. Too much has happened.
Yeah, at least no one died this time.
I've already forwarded everything we rooted out to Tomcat, both Hayden's research and our aborted search into the modified mesh articles.
Okay.
They said they would be over in the morning to discuss our next steps. I'd suggest that we both get some rest.
Yep, if that's what you want, Turing.
Perhaps things will look better in the morning, but I have a feeling we're going to be even busier than ever.
I agree, buddy.
Good night.
You too, bud. Ooh, that means a new chapter. Every time it says it doesn't autosave. That's how you know you're about to get some good stuff. What is this, chapter 5, probably? Well, actually, it's technically only chapter, okay, it would be chapter 5. Because I think 3 and 4 are interchangeable between the flower arc and the media arc. Boom. 23rd. Whoa.
Rise
hello,
and shine,
Tomcat.
you sleepy layabouts.
Why are you in my apartment?
We've got a whole crop of things to do and not a lot of time to get them done.
Yeah, so how did you get in my apartment?
Hardly had to blink to crack your door. Did you know that it's just a knockoff of the SecuGate M/14723-B?
It's been told to me before, actually.
Why'd you make the entry code the birthday of your first dog anyway?
That's what I asked.
Anyhow, I felt a little silly when I realized your window was propped open and I could have just used that.
Huh, deja vu.
Yeah.
Y'all should be more careful about that. Though, I can't blame you much. The climate control in here seems a bit lacking in the stamina department.
Yup. Yeah, I get it. My home sucks. Can we back on track?
No worries, doll.
What have you learned from the files we sent you?
Nothing all that new, to be honest. All the files we got from that Vincent fella just covered what we already knew in greater detail. There is one thing that stands out, though. At least from what I've read so far.
Oh?
Yeah. See, Hayden's long-term goal wasn't to make a machine intelligence per se, right?
Brian.
Don't take it the wrong way, Turing. You might even already be aware of this after talking to folks involved in your creation. Hayden wanted to make a machine system that could contain human-like intelligence.
Yep.
And even just from his notes, his programming work is, well, it's something else. Elegant. Artful. I'm just a kid banging on pots and pans compared to him. Looking at his notes about my interfacing between your AI core and the Lips OS, I barely managed to duct tape the two together at a level he'd approve of. But I think I'm getting off track here. What I'm trying to say is, he didn't write your code, Turn. No one did. Hayden wrote a program that automatically generates a new machine intelligence based off of the hardware profiles the system is installed on.
Melody mentioned something about that. What does that mean?
So there's three ways we can go this. We say it means we can make more AIs, or it means Hayden was ignorant and careless, but I don't think that's going to be the proper thing to say. It means you don't have to be alone Turing.
Exactly. Assuming we can get our hands on Turn's original source code, we could generate new machine intelligences as we please. You wouldn't be the only one anymore, Turn.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal.
I hardly know what to say.
But once you consider the stuff I found in the research, it gets a damn sight more complicated. Stuff about Big Blue and Parallax's planned launch.
Vincent speculated that Hayden's research into me would have interfered with the launch. And that's why they...
Turn.
That's why someone had him killed.
The potential for wrongdoing with an AI like Big Blue is almost beyond belief. Even if I don't go into all the crooked shit the people running Parallax could pull off with it, I mean, you're built different, Turin. Your personality profile would degrade pretty quickly outside your original hardware, so we don't gotta worry too much about you going haywire, right?
What's that supposed to mean?
But Big Blue ain't got that limitation. If it decides to go off the rails, well, we'd be screwed faster than a rabbit in spring.
Wait, what? That's an awesome metaphor, by the way. Thanks, Tomcat, for that.
Good and proper.
How likely is that?
I'd say it's inevitable. Guaranteed. In fact, in a sense, it's already happened.
What?
Their prototype build. Baby Blue.
Yep.
I'm almost certain it's loose on the mesh. The research notes on the project show, clearly and with certainty, that the test AI was shut down once it tried fiddling with the data on the meshnet in the hope that it would increase its chances of survival.
Yep. And that's what was changing the stuff in the media.
I guess it didn't think that doing scary shit like that would get it turned off. But that was almost a year ago.
Vincent told us about all of this too.
Well, I think Baby Blue is the bugger that was changing all those articles on the mesh to be pro-parallax or at least anti-human revolution.
Do you think Baby Blue had anything to do with the attacks on Nanya, Shitaro, Charlie, and Zin?
I don't know. We can't rightly rule it out. It might have found an agent in the real world to keep its existence secret, but I doubt it. Killing people is messy as hell, and it runs against its apparent goal of convincing the public that AI ain't scary. I think we have a third party trying to clean it all up.
Yep.
And my money is on someone from Parallax. Whoever took out Hayden, I'll bet they're in full damage control mode now. We already know they don't care who gets hurt.
Alright, so how does this tie back to Turing?
I think we gotta do something to stop the launch of Big Blue.
Why?
It's too dangerous. I don't want a company like Parallax in sole control of the most powerful machine intelligence on the planet. Do you? If we can get Hayden's original source code for Turing and upload it onto the mesh through Parallax's server core, we can turn every single ROM into a sapient individual.
Whoa. Whoa is actually a thing.
That'll stop Big Blue from being able to become the monolithic threat we're scared of. We could also upload a patch for every ROM to prevent Big Blue's reach from using their resources. Without the ability to control all ROMs, Big Blue loses its ultimate power.
Huh.
And I wouldn't be alone anymore.
Nope.
There would be millions,
Yeah.
hundreds of millions of ROMs just like me.
Yep.
Well, you're cutting edge of ROM tech, Turing. Most of today's ROMs wouldn't be quite as smart or capable, but if I do it right, code should propagate across the mesh to all future ROM activations. It'll be a self-sustaining thing. You'll be in good company soon enough.
It's a big decision. We're talking about the metaphorical singularity,
Yep.
the point of no return. Is it okay for us to make this decision for the entire world?
No, but we don't have much
We
of a
don't
choice.
have any other choice. This is gonna happen, one way or another.
And I'd say I don't trust you, Tomcat, but I don't trust Fairlight. I don't trust anybody. Like, you have a vetted interest against Parallax.
Either Parallax gets to control the debut of worldwide machine intelligence, or we let the ROMs control themselves.
What do you think?
What do I think? Alright, so we have three choices. We can leave it up to Turing, say it's bad, or say screw Parallax, we have into the world. So I'm gonna leave it up to Turing. Up to you, Turing. Only you know if the world is ready.
I'm not sure I'm up for that kind of responsibility. But I think that even if it is a shock for the world, there's no time like the present.
Alright, buddy.
Despite all the political back and forth over hybrids and brain-controlled androids, the world is becoming more and more comfortable with the idea of non-human people. If we let Parallax dictate how the very first machine intelligence is introduced, who knows how long it'll be before an AI like me can be integrated into society normally.
Yep.
Well, whether the world is ready for AI or not, we're here to stay. I might as well throw my chips in for my own side.
Fair enough.
Let's do this! On our terms, not theirs.
Yes. I love nothing more than a little anarchy.
Yeah, that's what makes me nervous.
It does have a certain poetic justice, does it not? Parallax removed Hayden to protect their project from his creation, and now I, his creation, will bring their project down. Just for the truth. Perhaps after all ROMs are sapient, I will be able to convince them to cut off Parallax's access to the mesh as a data collection tool entirely.
Huh.
Paying them back double indeed.
See, now you're getting revenge
I like
like.
the way you think, Turing. First things first, we need to get our hands on Turing's source code.
How are we doing that?
The research notes we've gotten so far are helpful, and it's given me an idea how to spread a little bit of Turing all over the place, but they don't actually have Hayden's programs. I can't replicate them myself, so we'll have to steal them.
Okay.
Thankfully, we have the best hacker in Neo SF right here.
Don't you make me blush now. We can get the source code from one of Parallax's secondary data centers. It's probably stored in a couple of different places, but I already have one in mind. I've done a little groundwork already, but I'm gonna need physical access to do my thing.
Alright. So we can do that for you?
You're a peach, hon. I've got a couple of ideas on how to get y'all in, but I think we're gonna need to mostly play it by ear. We should do it soon, though. First thing this morning.
Yep.
Guard shift don't change until 8 when the office opens, so you'll be sleepy and distracted. Once y'all have done that, I think I can incorporate the code into a custom firmware update that'll wake any ROM it's installed on. I'll have to upload it, physically, to Parallax's main server farm. And that's on Treasure Island.
Okay. What's Treasure Island do?
From there, the ROMs will install like a normal patch from the company. So, don't set anything on fire right away, you hear? It'll be a pain to get into the main complex otherwise.
That sounds like a workable plan. I hope you don't mind if I take a short walk, Tomcat. I know I gave the go-ahead on this, but I still need to think a few things through for myself.
Sure thing, doll. I'll hash out a rough plan by the time you get back. Call us if you need anything.
Alright.
Thank you. I won't be long.
Well, I guess I should say thanks for helping out. But I kind of need to get something off my chest.
Okay.
I'm actually glad Turin went out. They're a bit naive, and I'm not sure they'd really understand. There's enough shit to worry about without me piling more on top. I don't even know where to start.
Yeah. Guess the beginning, take your time.
The beginning. Yeah, okay. So, the truth is, I'm not from North Carolina. I only visited my gramps there.
Yep.
I'm California born and raised. Napa Valley.
Oh, we never did ask where the accent was from, but because like back then I assumed it was gonna act poorly.
Over the years, it's kind of grown into a community of wealthy old folk who like things and people who don't change. My parents were no exception, and I was a little too different for their tastes. It was hard growing up with them. They never gave me too much hell, but things were tense, especially after my sister Catherine moved out.
Okay.
Eventually, she was set up securely in Neo SF, and she offered to let me live with her until I got out of school. I think my parents were a little relieved to see me out. I was ecstatic to be free of them. I worshipped the ground my sister walked on, and that was before I found out what she did for a living. She was flashy and colorful and a whirlwind of activity, and she was a brilliant hacker.
Nice.
She was Tomcat. She let me learn at her feet, and once I was good enough, folded me into her little coup of crackers hell-bent on changing the world. She's the one who orchestrated the original hack on Parallax, exposing to the world the holes in their original meshnet security. I was just along for the ride. She always knew she would get caught, though. How could she not? Parallax was one big Goliath, and she flinged a stone square in their face. She was looking at serious jail time, and willing to eat it to do what we all thought was right. But it just wasn't right. It wasn't fair for her to throw her life away, and I couldn't let her. She was always better at software than hardware, so I rigged all of our computers to self-destruct. When the feds showed up at our door, all of our server farms were already up in smoke. I gave them quite a fireworks show. before she could stop me, I turned myself in as Tomcat and took credit for the whole job.
Huh.
She tried to talk me out of it, but without the physical evidence, they couldn't prove she had anything to do with it. It's alright, though. It was for the best. I figured I'd just get a year of juvie. I'd be back out in no time. No big deal, right? Especially when compared to the time that she'd have been jailed for as an adult.
Yeah.
And so, I waited patiently. I cooked up so many ideas on how I was gonna make it up to her. I knew she must have blamed herself. But before I ever got out,
She killed herself.
there was an accident.
Oh.
An auto cab hit my sister. She died on impact. That was it. It's hard, blaming yourself when things go wrong because you did something right. I took her sentence so that she could have a life, and instead, not being in jail killed her. If I had just let her take the blame, I can't stop thinking about how she'd still be here. And no matter what I told myself, in my heart, I couldn't believe it was just an accident. Do you know how rare it is for those things to hit a human?
Yeah.
Someone
Well, no,
knew
but-
who she was. Someone knew what she did, and someone wanted to make sure she would never do it again. So I became Tomcat. I've spent years trying to find information inside Parallax to prove someone inside the company called a hit on my sister. Failing that, I've been trying to find a way to bring them down the way she always wanted. Catherine was... If you had met her, just for a moment, you would understand. She was everything I could ever want to be. But over time, that little bot has grown on me. Maybe you have too.
Alright, so we have three choices now. Do you honestly still think we're on the right course? We'll stop being Big Blue or burn us? Or sure, but they still killed Hayden. So, do you still think we're on the right course is what I'm going to go with.
I do.
And while we're right here, I trust Tomcat more now. I knew there was something else. But I no longer think that Tomcat's necessarily affiliated with Fairlight. This information about Baby Blue and Big Blue kind of goes against what I thought about Tomcat originally. And now that Tomcat's actually admitting the gaps in what we knew about Tomcat, now we know why they were hiding stuff from us.
The threat of Big Blue is real, and we're the only ones who can do something about it. It's bigger than me and my vendetta. I just wanted to get that all off my chest.
And we got a achievement for that.
My sister, she'd smack me if she knew I've been holding this grudge. I'm trying to learn to forgive myself. Still, I won't let her go unavenged. We're so close to bringing them all to justice. I know she'd be proud. I know if she were here, she'd be right next to us, helping until the end. I've been carrying all this for so long, and I finally feel like I'm getting somewhere.
No, I feel you.
Thanks for hearing me out. I hope we can really do this.
Me too, Tomcat.
Friends, I've returned. I'm ready.
Alright.
Good. We've wasted enough time already. I've marked the location of the data center on your map.
Alright.
You'll have to go in and get the source code mostly on your own, but I'll load on some programs that'll give you an edge.
We'll do our best, Tomcat. But what happened to your accent?
Oh, don't you worry about that. It comes and goes like a vagabond kitty. Now get going, you two. I have lots of code to write, and you have a lot of data to download. Stay in touch.
All right.
Of course, Tomcat. Thank you again.
Don't worry about it, hon. We've all been hurt by parallax. It's about time we hurt him back. Good luck.
All right. Here we go. To the data center, which is by Kasio Corp, apparently.
Oh, we're back here again.
Yeah, where
Who knew a parallax
Zendai.
data center operated on the same KCOB coalition block as Augmented Eye all along?
Yeah.
I'm certain it's all a coincidence, but
No, it's not.
unsettling being back here. It's the nasty kind of coincidence that makes you look for plots where there are none. The building we're looking for is over there, to the left. We should try to finesse our way in. We don't want to alert Parallax to our actions before we make our main assault on their server complex.
All right. So just for my own making me feel better, let's save this at number 2. Because I'm not feeling comfortable right now before we go on this crazy mission. All right, let's do this. Maintenance person. Pretty idle for someone that's probably on the clock. I like it.
I wish I actually had something to work on right now, but it is what it is.
Oh, we can make that happen, buddy. Talk to the maintenance van. You start with a nice enough discussion, but soon the truck won't stop asking. It looks ugly in this pink color. And if you could maybe get an oil change and a new tire. And have you ever heard of window cleaner? This isn't a maintenance truck. It's a high maintenance truck. That's awesome.
We don't need to mess with that.
Okay. Guess we'll just open the door.
Sorry, this building isn't open to the public. If you're looking for the offices where we hold interviews, that's over on Bush and Leavenworth. But you may want to wait till after the holidays. I don't think anyone's around till 2065.
Ah.
Well, let's go. We need some way past that receptionist.
Make a distraction.
Perhaps we can make ourselves appear to be here on more official business somehow, like we're on duty. No one ever tries to stop you if you look like you belong.
Yeah, like that maintenance guy. Hello, Mr. Maintenance Guy.
I service all the electrical work on this entire block.
Yeah. Okay. So, let's use the maintenance truck and grab some clothes.
Oh, there's a maintenance uniform.
Ta-da!
Good thinking. If you were wearing that...
Hey! What do you think you're doing?
Sorry, mister. Oh, drat. We'll have to find a way to distract him or we'll never get our disguise. I hate to cause civil disorder again, but he doesn't seem to be too occupied with fixing anything. Maybe we should find a way to keep his hands busy?
Sure, we can do that.
Let's look around.
Oh, I can always break something. Wasn't there a light back here?
Yikes! That was flashier than I expected. Hurry! We don't want to be caught standing.
Dun 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 ch dun 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 ch dun 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 ch.
They should let us right past. Oh, grab that clipboard. The very symbol of.
Bureaucratic authority. Yeah. Clipboard got, just in case.
Hey, what's going on outside? I thought I heard...
Transformer overloaded. Nothing to worry about.
Huh? Yeah, okay. Are you new? Not sure I've seen you around here before.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, just gonna hire him.
Well, I'll need to see your badge. This is a secure building.
Look, here's my Parallax badge. Check it out. Or you'll be like, do you want to explain data loss to my boss?
Guess not. Whatever. Maybe get some coffee before you bite someone else's head off?
Alright.
Let's move! Well, we got past the receptionist, but we still don't possess the credentials to bypass this door that they expect us to have.
Nice.
This is an Insect Model 1385 automatic security and fire door. Voice controls, biometric scanning, and remote user access. I would have went with the 1355. No voice controls, but still a nice unit.
Oh yeah, we've heard about that before. Because they say the 1355 has better security.
I think I can bypass this. Maybe not as easily as your apartment door, but easily enough. Distract the receptionist for a moment, could you?
We'll talk to him.
You need something? Yeah, I hear that. I hate that stuff. Hurry up and wait, right? What was that? What's your ROM doing to the security door? Don't go anywhere. I'm
Quick, and do something!
Oh god, we just shot him.
Deal with so many disagreeable people just to get. Why
This is not working well.
So hard. We aren't supposed to use the electro pistol so frivolously. Do you also feel that our inhibitions are decreasing the longer we push forth?
Yes.
Anyway, this is not good. Someone will notice they're knocked out soon. We'll have to hurry now.
Yep.
We should be able to use one of the terminals here, and I'll be able to crack the local security myself.
Alright.
However, I need the password to get on the network and find where the source code lies. According to anecdotal evidence on the mesh, humans do have difficulty remembering their passwords and often place reminders for themselves.
Yes.
Maybe there's a clue somewhere nearby.
Alright. Let's look at the desk. Fall to the floor. Sadly, there will be no high-pitched metal on metal screeching sound. Try to continue disappointment. Alright, let's try this desk. Shifting things slightly causes a thick layer of dust to reveal itself quite loudly. Alright. Let's use the console, maybe? Probably need for this to stay on. Let's see what else we've got. Select the network status screen, workstation. There's a desk here. What? I thought I hit use. The more cluttered the area, the more likely the owner will be upset if anything's touched. A good edict is to live by. So where? Maybe a ROM component? Get an idea what you're doing. The current delicate state of this component would allow for some inventive tinkering with modifications. Alright. So
It's asking for the password.
maybe we should look around the office a bit more.
Just click logout then.
Alright.
There it is. Good. I thought that would have been harder. The password is
K864 15B7HN. Okay. Yeah, so easy.
and the password. Go ahead and plug it in.
Wait, what? You're kidding right now. KHB4. I don't remember the rest. Hang on. KH. I should have wrote this down. B415. I don't know the rest.
Oops, did you
Yeah, what was the password again?
The password, according to that screen across the room, is...
Yeah. Hold up. Let Let me take a picture of this with my phone. Forgive me, guys, 1 second as I'm gonna have to take a picture of this bad boy so that I have a means to put this password in again. Like, that's so
Go ahead
ridiculous.
And plug it in.
I don't know why they expect you to be able to put that in. So, big K 864 1 5 B 7 H N 10-digit password randomized.
That's it.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
We're in.
Yep, we better be in after that
Tomcat
thing.
gave me an icebreaker program that will keep the VIs off of us while we search.
Alright.
I've had plenty of time to go over Hayden's data cache files, so I have a good idea of what I'm looking for. But we've probably attracted some attention already. I'll go as fast as I can. Okay, I managed to get all the surface level data.
Yes.
Shoot! The VI stopped me halfway in. We've been noticed, but not caught. Alright, although I was able to get a decent chunk of my source code, there's still a lot of it that's behind some heavy security.
Alright, what's that mean?
The VIs want authentication with some sort of glyph. Let me load it up. Key ID. I see. It wants us to combine different glyphs to create a full image. I have to keep the icebreaker going so we don't get discovered. You'll have to handle this part. Just study the prompt glyph that appears on the right side and click the correct squares to recreate it with different parts.
Okay.
It looks like there's 5 blocks we need to break through within 180 seconds.
Oh, great. That should
This
be
is our
entertaining.
one chance to capture my full source code. This is make or break it.
Yep, here we go.
I believe in you. It's your time to shine.
Thanks.
Ready? I'm starting it. Here we go.
Let's do it.
Come on.
Yep. I don't see the others here. I really don't see the others on there. There's like outer circles, and I don't see why. I see these two. Why won't I see the inner circle part? I don't understand. Invalid pattern. Okay. Let's just have it reset.
Keep trying. Just click.
Alright, much better. This is something I can work with. It's easier.
We got this. Let's go.
There we go. Like, I didn't understand. Like, the other one didn't even look like it had anything. Dun, dun. Oh, that didn't do it. That's alright.
Let's keep trying.
Come on. I can do this. Definitely this. Definitely this. Definitely the outside. What is the other one? It's hard to tell where that... See, there's that one other outer circle. And I can't tell where that outer circle comes from. That's alright. We need to...
Ooh, we're running out.
I know we're running out of time, Terry. I don't need you to tell me that. Alright. then a circle. There we
You
go.
can do it. I know you can.
100% these. There's something on the outside. Kind of looks like that.
So
There we go.
close. Hurry.
Yeah. So it's definitely that. There's definitely some fuzzies. Definitely that. Now the question is, what's the last thing?
No.
No.
The icebreaker isn't.
No, that was our only
Cutting
time.
connection.
No.
It almost had me there. One more minute of that, and the counter intrusion would have. Let's call Tomcat. There might be something. Wait one moment.
Hey there, I'm a little busy.
We were locked out before we could decrypt the files for copying. What?
Give me a second.
No, that sucks.
Found it. So, all Lyft's workstations use hot swappable drives. I need you to grab the data drives from the computer you were using and bring them to me.
Okay, we can do
It's a
that.
bit of a stretch, but odds are the caches of the files are on those drives, and I might be able to decrypt those here.
Perfect.
Thank you, Tomcat.
Later, Gator.
I suppose we don't get another shot at cracking the computer, but at least. Still, I'm very sore about meeting my match with a machine like that with no chance of revenge.
Yeah.
Oh well, the outcome is good, and I am consistently pleased with how far Tomcat goes for both us and the sake of this mission.
Man, that sucks.
Let us return to them with haste. Here they are. They're a bit bigger and heavier than I thought, but I guess that's to be expected from such high-density drives.
Okay, there we go, data drives.
Let's hurry and leave before we're...
Yep, let's get out of here.
Stop what you're doing!
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
How did they get here so quickly? Leave the drives and run! Let's get out!
Uh-oh. No. No.
Let me call Tomcat and let them know we failed getting the computer's data drives.
Hey, Turin, did you get everything?
The drives were apprehended by security.
Damn, that's not good. Okay. I think I can still work with this. I'll have to reverse engineer some things from your personality profile, though, Turin. The new
What's that
AIs might share some of your, quirks. It's gonna take me a little time, though, so you should spend the next few hours preparing to head into the Parallax server core on Treasure Island. That should be all done before nightfall.
I don't relish the idea of going in on this alone. Perhaps we could spend this time to gather together our allies, see if they're willing to take such a leap of faith with us.
As fun as it would be watching you go full Yukino on them, Turin, I agree.
Okay.
Maybe you could whip up some kind of distraction for the authorities to focus on? Buy you some time?
It's settled then. We'll go talk to Chad, Oliver, and Jess now. I'm sure we could have them all fake a human revolution protest turned riot. The police are watching those demonstrations like hawks. That should keep everyone busy enough and give us cover so we can do whatever we need to do. My first instinct is to ask Detective Rivers as well, but I do not want to force her into an untenable conflict of interest. I'll run some more simulations to see if we should talk to anyone else.
Sounds like you have it under control. Once you've gotten everyone together, head to the old storm drain entrance near the Parallax building. I've been studying the plans between waiting for code to compile, and it looks like the best way past the exterior security measures is through there. You'd have to be a darn fool to try and wade through the water, but security is lighter than
It's what?
I'm not sure I can play the fool, but I have a friend here for whom stubbornness is a job skill.
Thanks.
We'll call you when we're on site.
Good. Tomcat out.
I'll message ahead to everyone and mark their current locations on your map. Start thinking about who our best allies have been and how we might convince them to help.
Alright. So I think... Alright, well, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to save it right now, and I'm going to retry, because I think we saved, right? And number 2, right before we... Yeah, we did. Right before we did that, because I didn't trust that. So I'm going to save in slot 3. Make a separate save. Completely new. Before we do this. And then I'm going to load... And you don't have to watch this. I'll edit this part out. I'm going to retry that attempt and see what happens if we can actually get the source code out. And if we can do that, that's the path we're going to use. But we'll see.
A few moments later.
You did it!
Okay, guys, so this is where I just got the final one. So this one worked 94 seconds. This one way better. All right, so we're good. We're in and we got
all of Hayden's source files for my code. And done downloading.
All right, so this is what we're using. Much
Let's
better.
get out of here before someone notices us.
Perfect.
Let me call Tomcat and let them know we got the code.
Hey, Turin, did you get everything?
We did. I'm transmitting the files to you now.
Great. I can work with this. I should be able to whip up a mass AI awakening easily enough. It's gonna take me a little time, though, so you should spend the next few hours preparing to head into the Parallax server core on Treasure Island.
All right, cool. So that's the only thing
I
that
should be
changed.
all done before nightfall.
I don't relish the idea of going in on this alone. Perhaps we could spend this time to gather together our allies, see if they're willing to take such a leap of faith with us.
As fun as it would be watching you go full Yukino on them, Turin, I agree. Maybe you could whip up some kind of distraction for the authorities to focus on? Buy you some time?
It's settled then. We'll go talk to Chad, Oliver, and Jess now. I'm sure we could have them all fake a human revolution protest turned riot. The police are watching those demonstrations like hawks. That should keep everyone busy enough and give us cover so we can do whatever we need to do. My first instinct is to ask Detective Rivers as well, but I do not want to force her into an untenable conflict of interest. I'll run some more simulations to see if we should talk to anyone else.
Cool.
Sounds like you have it under control. Once you've gotten everyone together, head to the old storm drain entrance near the Parallax building. I've been studying the plans between waiting for code to compile, and it looks like the best way past the exterior security measures is through there. You'd have to be a darn fool to try and wade through the water, but security is lighter than... It's light.
I'm not sure I can play the fool, but I have a friend here for whom stubbornness is a job skill.
I see that face you got there, Turing.
We'll call you when we're on site.
All right.
Good. Tomcat out.
I'll message ahead to everyone and mark their current locations on your map.
Perfect.
Start thinking about who our best allies have been and how we might convince them to help.
All right, so that one worked much better, and that's the one we're going with. So forgive me for this is the first time we've ever done anything more than once. But that, was abysmal and needed to be done. So, we now have the source code. We have the ability to make every ROM sentient. They have their own sapience. So this is extremely interesting. So now we're gonna finally see the fruition of our goals from the beginning of the game. So This is an extremely long episode, so forgive me. But it's getting really, really, really good. So, start of the next episode, we're going to gather our allies and storm Parallax. So, I'm really excited for it. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. As always, let's smack down the like button, and we'll see you next time.